Welcome back, everybody. Today we got another Kevin Samuels classic. And trust me, this one goes left fast.
Hi, I have a question.
Sure. How old are you?
I am 33.
Any children?
I had one, but he's deceased.
Okay, sorry to hear that. What's your question?
Okay, so I want your opinion about am I, dateable, I guess. Am I ready to date?
I don't know. Your son passed. Have you
Yes,
processed that fully?
I think so, but
Okay.
um
Have you worked with a grief counselor?
I did for a short minute.
Okay. Why
Um
just a short minute?
I guess I felt like I was over it,
Hmm. That's a
like
problem.
I
That's
kind
a
of moved
problem.
on.
That's a problem.
Okay.
That's a problem because you aren't the professional to qualify to make that diagnosis. More likely, you just didn't want to do it. So,
Okay.
how long ago did your son pass?
Passed in 2012.
Okay, well, it's been quite a while.
Mhm.
Um, however, uh, if the healing or the was not complete, it these things tend to show themselves other ways. Do you plan on having? How old are you?
I'm 33.
Do you plan on having any other children?
I would like to.
Okay. Um, well, anybody you would date, if they want to have children, they're going to have to discuss this. And one of the things a man would want to know is if you truly are past that. When was the last time you dated?
Um, I've recently been on a date not too long ago.
Okay. Um, when I'm talking about dating, I'm talking like dating towards serious relationship.
Right.
Have you had any? Okay, so your son's father, where is he?
My son's he's married in a whole different state.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, there's no reason. You don't. I mean, the passing of a child is something that I don't even want to touch because it is so sensitive. But that does not mean you just have to sit in life in amber. I would say, if
Mhm.
anything, is just be open with people that you feel like have a real potential. Do you want to remarry?
I do want to be married.
Now, you weren't married to his father, right?
No,
Okay.
absolutely not.
Oh, okay, but you do want to marry.
I do.
You need to be upfront with that, and then let that kind of guide the kind of men you're dating. But of course, the question is, why do you want to marry, and then what kind of life do you want to have? I mean, do you want to be a stay-at-home wife? Do you want to have to work, or that all the questions I typically ask.
Okay, so I do want to be married. I do want to work. I don't mind working. I don't mind being a contributor to the household.
Okay. Well, the more than anything else is being honest with where you are, what you want. At this age, you don't have any time to play, and you've already been through enough. Be
Right.
honest. I'm always a proponent of therapy. Even just ongoing therapy is maintenance. See, we often think therapy is something you do later on in life, or when you're in trauma. Nope, it's something that you do just to make sure you're on task. Make sure that you're just kind of uh, nothing goes off the rails. But at 33, I would say be upfront, know what you want, and what you're dating for, and don't date guys that aren't marriage minded. Don't assume things
Right.
because there are, you know, I don't want to say that. That's what I'll say to it. I'll leave it there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night now. Bye bye.
You too.
All right. See, calls can go well. Yeah. See, for the people who are not for new here, you got to understand something. Why was I so upset? Because That that is a selfish reason to rip a father out of his children's life. What did Will Smith say at the Red Table Talk? One of the most powerful lines. He said, the ability to be able to make mistakes and not fear your family will be snatched from you. That is a massive fear men have dealing with women in this Western feminist world, that the wives can decide to change their mind and then all of a sudden snatch your entire family from you and make you a weekend dad. That's a horrible thing to do to a man. And here's the thing. I don't think anybody thinks that woman I was talking to was a VP of mergers and acquisitions. She's got a job somewhere. She ain't rich. I don't need to see how tall you are and this and that. I will tell you this. You could be attractive, but you got an ugly spirit. Here's what it comes down to. This broadcast was about single mother versus baby mama. If you want to deal with a man who has his life on the ball, if you think these questions I asked were tough, when a man has real money on the line, real stuff on the line, a lot of stuff, you'll never even hear these questions. High value men aren't just going to throw it all to the air just for a piece of tail. And far too many women think they're cute and they'll just say, okay, I'll just have a man come in and take care of me. I mean, it's troubling to hear women say that they left their man to go be on welfare or left him because, he wouldn't work, but he's here all the time. I said it before and I'll say it again. Black community, if you can't have black couples, you can't have black nothing. And we got to get this thing straightened out between the people from 36 to 60 years old. Those are the people. That's the group of people that need to get their shit together. We need to get our shit together in this group. The younger folks, they're getting better information than any of us have. But that's where the real obstinate group of people are, the hard feelings, the crazy ass beliefs. And again, you're talking about a group of people who the dollar doesn't circulate but 6 hours in our community. The woman that I hung up on, she can't tell me that she has property, money, anything else. You are better living with a man than without him. Let's talk about it. Let's just say the dude, he wouldn't keep a job and we risk foreclosure. So you have no forgiveness in your heart. The man can't make any mistakes, can't make any failures. See, she didn't say he wasn't there. And he has to be somewhat stable if he's coming by every 2 or 3 days. You notice when I even said, well, the defining question I need you ladies to evaluate, were your daughters happier with their daddy in the house or out? And she would not give it to him. They're always happy. Really? That's wow. Look at how we look at each other. So you're talking about black women aren't protected and this and that. Well, when you have disdain and low-level contempt for your black male counterpart, when they got to be perfect, and even that ain't good enough. Will Smith got cheated on. The guy who didn't work got kicked out of the house. I had a bipolar woman who's a fucking grocery clerk talking about leaving her. I mean, like, sisters, are y'all hearing this? When are y'all gonna start talking to each other and start saying, you know what? Maybe we need another side of the story. Maybe there's something to this, stuff that these guys are talking about. Maybe they all ain't hurt, who hurt you, or this or that. I mean, everybody can't be crazy, right? All right. So that's where we're at. We better. You throwing people away. I hope you're good with throwing people away. The Bible, the old adage in the Bible, judge not lest ye be judged. No, what it really meant is careful how you judge, for you will be judged the same way. That means if you're judging harshly, you'll be judged harshly. I hope nothing. It is easy to make harsh decisions with people when you have your health. But think about it. We're in a pandemic right now. Imagine if that woman who divorced her husband because he wouldn't keep no job fell ill. Do you think her ex-husband would be there to take care of her? In the chat room, I want to hear how many people feel like her ex-husband would be there to take care of her if she fell ill. Sound like you got a good dude. And see, sadly, we've got so many black women who just cannot, the ego just won't allow, I just can't have a man who won't work. And there are women that be like, yeah, I understand, sis, I understand. Okay, good. But you got no man in the house. Well, he ain't no man, no way. He ain't making no money. That's how you want to judge. You'll be judged the same way. That's some foul stuff, in my opinion. But everybody get to make their choices. I will say this though, that getting out here dating, guys look at me like, oh no. They're gonna run your Carfax. They're gonna see why you did what you did and who you did it with. And they are going to act accordingly. But anyway, until the next time, peace. We are gone.
Gentlemen, this is one of those Kevin Samuels conversations where the message is serious, because we're talking about a woman who has already been through something incredibly painful. She's 33, she's lost her son, and now she's trying to re-enter the dating pool. Meanwhile, the father of her child has moved on and is married to another woman. And Kevin's message to her is straightforward. At 33, you don't have the luxury of treating dating like a game. Now, that doesn't mean she should rush into the first relationship she finds, and it certainly doesn't mean her grief should be ignored. Losing a child is an enormous life experience, and nobody should pretend otherwise. But Kevin is talking about something different. He's talking about intentionality. If you're getting back into dating because you want marriage and a serious relationship, then you need to know exactly what you're looking for. Don't waste years entertaining men who have no intention of committing. Don't confuse attention with genuine interest. Don't spend months or years in situationships hoping a man will eventually change his mind. And don't let loneliness push you into choosing somebody simply because they're available. That's where Kevin's warning about unserious women comes in. His message isn't that every woman has to follow the same timeline. It's that if marriage and family are important to you, your dating strategy needs to reflect those goals, because time keeps moving. And one of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting until they're frustrated with dating before they start becoming intentional. Gentlemen, there's a lesson here for us too. If you're dating a woman who says she wants something serious, listen to her actions. Does she actually select men who are capable of giving her that relationship? Or does she repeatedly choose situations that obviously aren't going anywhere? And for women watching this, Kevin's advice is worth considering. Don't become the woman who spends years complaining about unserious men while repeatedly giving unserious men access to her time. If you want something serious, date seriously. Know what you want. Recognize what you're accepting. and stop giving unlimited time to people who have already shown you they're not going in the same direction. Kevin's point wasn't simply, you're 33. The deeper message was, you know what you want now. Act like it. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and tell me in the comments. If marriage is the goal, should dating become more intense?